Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's August 26, 2024. Been pretty wrapped up in giving fire updates, but I do want to continue bringing you all the weather forecasts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, looking ahead at today, we're going to have mostly sunny skies basically the next couple days, pretty much all week actually, for the most part. It's going to be in the mid 70s today. We have a brief ridge of high pressure with southwest winds. Tomorrow it gets a little bit warmer in the lower 80s, puts us more towards normal temperature for this time of year. And then tomorrow night we have an incoming dry cold front that's going to boost up the winds with some prefrontal winds ahead of that front from the southwest, gusting up to 30. And then that front comes through in the night, and we'll have high pressure building afterwards. Taking a look at morning temperatures, we're in the 40s in Healy and Ketchum, much cooler than it has been, or really the last couple days. It's been cool. And then up in Stanley, just below freezing. Starting to really feel like fall is creeping in. And looking out at Stanley is pretty smoky this morning from the Wapiti Fire. And even at Redfish Lake still has some smoke that dropped into the valley. I did do an update on the fire, so look for that other video. All right, looking at the satellite this morning, we have two areas of low pressure. The one in the lower right is what brought us the weather on Saturday, given a little bit of rain to the fire, just about a hundredth of an inch, so really not too much. That thing's departing, and the next system we're really keeping our eyes on is in the Gulf of Alaska right now. The blue line is the cold front, the red one is the warm front ahead of it, and we're most focused on this cold front as it comes through. It's going to bring pretty gusty winds. And looking at fire smoke this morning, I could smell some out my door here in Healy. Ketchum is on the high end of the moderate side, and then we are in the orange for up in Stanley. And that probably will continue. This is the Wapiti Fire up there that's been burning. So that smoke, there's a branch, a finger of it coming down through here. That's probably going to filter up this way, up towards Stanley. But the majority of the fire is kind of burning to the west and north of Stanley. So I don't think we're going to have there might be kind of a thin dividing line for the majority of that. This is what the model is saying is going to happen today. So we have that smoke around the Wood River Valley, move on out. The fire, it looks like it's going to gain some intensity today with the smoke, and that looks like it's right on the Stanley line for if they're going to get smoke or not. So mostly it'll stay to the east or north of Stanley. Looking at the winds, ahead of the storm, or ahead of the cold front, we're going to have southwest winds. Those are going to pick up quite a bit tomorrow afternoon into evening, and definitely probably make the fire get agitated. Let's give a play-by-play what's going on. This is for wind gust. Looking at the GFS model, all the models are kind of pointing to the same thing. So 3 p.m., looking up by the fire, the gusts are going to be up to 30 miles per hour out of the southwest. So that's going to continue fire growth. Today it's just going to be kind of hot and warm with gusts in the 17-mile range. That's what I saw somewhere. The good news about when the front's passing overhead, it's going to be passing Tuesday night into Wednesday. So it looks like Wednesday we're actually not going to have as much strong winds, and that's good because the direction changes. The winds are going to be low 20s, gusts up to low 20s on Wednesday. And the winds are going to shift to the northwest, so that's going to change the direction of the fire. moving it closer towards the subdivisions west of Stanley and into Stanley. All right, looking at 500 millibar chart, big picture here. We got our area low pressure, that weather that's coming in on Wednesday evening. It's going to go across the center of the area low pressure is going to be on the panhandle. So we'll get the brunt of it in the northern part of the Central Mountains. And then the parts, and then we're just going to be sitting high and dry in high pressure through the remainder of the forecast area, even really into the future forecast. We're looking like we're just going to be having no precip, just warm temperatures. So not going to be great for fire growth. Long distance wise, this is looking at bench lakes. The peak of winds are going to be in the afternoon on Tuesday from the southwest, gusting into the 30-mile range, and that dips pretty low into 17 miles per hour. And it's going to be about the same for today. So probably have continued growth in the fire. No rain in the forecast. Temperatures for Wood River Valley, eventually this weekend, when that high pressure starts to build back in, we're going to be back to the low 80s. And that's all I got for you.